First of all, it gives me great pleasure to thank our Honorable Prime Minister for having accepted my request very graciously to come away from Delhi, where there is no dearth of commitments and work, to spend half a day with us. Early this morning, immediately on arrival, the Prime Minister formally inaugurated our new super specialty hospital, and after that, he's arrived directly here. My grateful thanks to him. As you all know, perhaps most of you will know, that this university is a creation of the Shri Mata Vaishno Devi Shrine Board. The board was set up in '86, and since then, with progressively improving management, the surpluses which accrue from year to year, the offerings of the devotees who come to pay obeisance at the shrine, these have been utilized for two broad purposes. Earlier, there was a certain amount of lack of clarity on what we should be doing. But in the past few years, since I've been here, the distinguished members of our board, each one of whom is a known, respected public personality, their collective wisdom, we decided that our two main areas of investment would be education and health, side by side with offering help, assistance, support to the population of the local area surrounding the shrine, particularly the villages and owners of land from whom we have acquired land for establishing this university and subsequently establishing the hospital. We are devoted to doing whatever is possible for their welfare, but more particularly for the welfare of the children. We have scholarship schemes from class 1 to post-graduation. Anywhere in the country, we give them scholarships. Now, coming back to the arena of education and the birth of this university in 2004, we have a very historical background. We've had the visitations of two highly respected Presidents of India, a Vice President of India, an Honorable Prime Minister of India. We are perhaps the only university which is just 10, 11 years old, which has had the highest authorities of the country visiting us during the past 10 years. Honorable Prime Minister was asking me on the way to this university about the strength, student strength and otherwise. I would like to briefly mention that when we commenced our work to establish the university, we had a faculty of only 5 and not even 100 students. Today, despite the fact that we are far away from so-called centers of civilization, we are not on the main highway as such. We have a faculty of 111. Our previous vice-chancellors, from the founding vice-chancellor onwards, they have been making every manner of effort and initiative to attract the best teachers from wherever they are available, who are willing to come, stay here, work and teach here. Our student strength over the years has been progressively increasing. We crossed 1,500 last year, and the number this year, when the admissions are completed, is likely to be even higher. Earlier, we had a fairly large percentage of our students come from various parts of the country. From 28 states, we were getting students. But over the last 10 years, because of the good progress being made in all other parts of the country, institutions have come up in various parts of the country which were some years ago not so well developed. Now students try to seek admissions nearer home, but I'm very happy to tell the Honorable Prime Minister and all of you here today that even as this morning, we have 41% students from outside the state. And these, even more significant, what the Honorable Chief Minister referred to about the need for camaraderie and harmony in our vast student community. These 41% students from outside J&K come from 20 states of the country. Now, this is not a small number, it's a very large number. So we are a very cosmopolitan university, particularly as we are a fully residential university. We started as a fully technical university. Now we have the business stream, we have the architecture stream, we have the science stream. We also teach English and philosophy, study of comparative religions. So the progress of this institution has been not very speedy, but it's been very steady. And I am very happy to also inform you that as of this session, till we make the new admissions, 2,700 students from our state and from the rest of the country have left the portals of this institution, passed out with distinction, and are working all over the country. 2,700, large majority are engineers, the remainder are business managers. As the Chief Minister also made reference, in the recently announced placement of the first 100 universities in the country, the institutional framework of higher education system has been set up for objective assessment based on objective criteria, which is online, which is loaded by the concerned universities, and again assessed in a very detached and scientific manner. This process itself will improve over time, but I would say that we are, as a young university, 10, 11 years old, we are fortunate to be placed at 80th position, far above universities which are 50, 60, 70 years old. So this is a very creditable thing, and I would like to take this opportunity of complimenting the Vice-Chancellor, all members of his faculty, and all the students who have contributed to this success. One of the disadvantages of being here some years ago, when I first came here, was connectivity. But thanks to the very strong continuous support that we continue to get from almost every ministry in the Government of India, the railways have made large investments to provide connectivity from Jammu to Srinagar to Baramulla. There have been some delays in connecting this side of Banihal to the other side of Banihal, but we have regular trains running from Baramulla to Banihal every day, several trains going up and down, and we have any number of trains now. After the Honorable Prime Minister inaugurated the Katra railway station on his first visit to our state, we have trains now coming from various parts of the country directly to Katra. So now the connectivity is not such a big problem as it was. Even more significant and even more advantageous, with the Ministry of Highways making a large investment, we have now almost a world-class, world-standard national highway connecting Jammu with Udhampur, and work is presently ongoing to connect Udhampur with Banihal and Banihal to Srinagar and Srinagar to Baramulla. We also have the other highway which connects Srinagar with Zojila and Zojila to Kargil and Zojila to Leh, Ladakh region. So these two connectivities have been of great advantage for our students, our faculties, our visiting speakers, guest speakers. And one other thing which I would like to utilize this occasion to mention, that we have just eastwards of our university boundary a very large khad, mountain stream which is not a river, but becomes a river in monsoons, which is now dry at the moment. With the help of the Central Road Fund, and when I had just come to the state and my first visit to the university, we had appealed to the concerned authorities in Delhi. We got a sizable grant. Work started to bridge this nala, it's more than a nala, it's more than half a kilometer wide. Now it has taken time, the costs have gone up in the process of time, but we have a wonderful bridge there, and now we are connected, the university is connected with the national highway, it's just 4 kilometers from here. So it takes less than five minutes from the national highway to come to the university and to come to the hospital. So I would like to utilize this opportunity to thank all our good colleagues in Delhi who have gone out of their way from time to time to help us in these various difficulties that we face. One other reference I would like to make, that students come from long distances. We built hostels. We run short of hostels. We're now building more hostels, particularly for girl students. Now, some of the students come from socio-economic backgrounds. They're meritorious, but they don't have enough resources, their families. So we give merit scholarships, associateships and scholarships. And I'm very happy to inform Honorable Prime Minister that as of last year, we had distributed over 1 crore as scholarships to our students. And this, the scale of these scholarships is we are now going to review this year and make it even more attractive. The Chief Minister made a passing reference to the number of girls she saw this morning and the number of girls she saw yesterday in the convocation of the Farm University, the Sher-e-Kashmir Agriculture University. I have been warning our successive Vice Chancellors that if this trend continues, next time we invite the Honorable Prime Minister, it will be to the Shri Mata Vaishno Devi Women's University. You notice today in the PhDs awarded, in the medals awarded, 75 to 80% went to the girl students. My congratulations and my compliments to them for their hard work and devotion. Before concluding, I would make one last appeal, and that is that all institutions of higher learning, they send out their products. Some serve within the state, some serve in various parts of the country, some go abroad in various parts of the world. one of the things which has distinguished our alumni, not only from this university, but I would say from Jammu and Kashmir universities also, which are older universities, has been their ethical standards, their moral standards, their cultural values. And I would say that on one occasion, the students have just taken an oath. They were administered an oath by a lady here. I would say that it is very important not only to get a point grading of 9.5 or 9.7, it is equally, if not more important, to stick to your principles, your family codes, your social values, your inherited cultural values, and wherever you work, you must stand out as examples of civilized, good, reliable conduct, as helpful personalities wherever you live and work. And finally, I would take this opportunity of complimenting the VC once again and all his faculty members and colleagues for making today's function such a great success. And yet once again, I will close by once again expressing my grateful thanks to the Honorable Prime Minister for having traveled all the way to be with us this morning. Thank you very much.
Khalid was, when Umar Khalid was actually, he was not arrested. Kanhaiya was arrested, Umar was not arrested. At that time, who is this person? Ashok Pandit or someone, who is supposed to be in the CVFC. He's supposed to be holding a very responsible post.